Muted everyone. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, Niovi here. I want to ask if you could give any tips on how to let go of the future. Or I'm okay.
In one sentence, you have to live in the present. You let go of the future.
Yes.
Look, what's the future? Look, the future's today becoming tomorrow. If you don't do today with consciousness and don't learn how to live your life in the moment, the future is not going to be any better than it is today. It'll be different, but the same kind of anxiety and tensions will exist because you have to really learn to live in the moment. We have the moment, the now, the present, and we build a system inside that enables us to live in the moment. And that moment, if we do it well, it becomes the future. But we don't, please everyone, try and sit still. But we don't think about the future. We don't worry about it. It doesn't exist yet. The past is dead. The future doesn't exist. What we have is the now, the present. And what we're trying to do is to get strong enough inside to be able to live in the present consciously. We do that, and the future will be just fine. Look, I'm not a kid anymore, and I when I was younger, I worried about the future, what the future was going to bring, and I stopped worrying about it and just worked my life in the present, and the future did all right, So when the mind, is kind of playing ping pong with itself, bouncing from past to the future to the past, we forget about living in the moment, in the now, and basically all we have is the present. And we have to learn to really make the present work for ourselves, and then we won't worry about the future, because if we're doing incredibly well today, the future is going to be just fine. We have a system that doesn't have to live in the kind of illusion of and fear of what the future is going to become. I once, many years ago, I wrote a novel about young kids living in the Bronx in New York. And they're like 12 years old. And the parents of one of the kids, is making him crazy about him. He has to prepare for his career and what the future is going to bring. And he has this Uncle George, who's kind of a little off-kilter kind of guy. And one day he says to the parents, he said, look, let him be a successful 12-year-old. If he's a successful 12-year-old, he'll be a successful 30-year-old. And I think it really summed it all up, that we have to learn to be successful in our lives today. And it's very difficult to be successful in your life today if you're constantly thinking about the past, the future, all of that other stuff. So what we're trying to do in the meditation is to build a system that is strong enough to allow us to live in the moment. Building the moment, having that muscle system inside that gives you the strength to live your life successfully today, will take care of the future. Now, this is not an easy thing to do because we're so conditioned to being in our heads, and our heads are playing like a ping pong game with us, bouncing from the, guilty about the past, worried about the future. What will it, and we spend our whole lives never living in the moment because we don't build a system inside that enables us to do it. And if one thing this meditation does, it enables a human being to learn how to do what I'm talking about. To build that kind of inner life. As I said, the past is finished, it's dead, doesn't exist anymore. The future hasn't come yet. We spend our time living in the past and living in the future. And both of them are an illusion. What we have is the now. And we have to get that inner life to live in the moment. And what do I mean by that? I don't mean getting filthy rich and all, I mean just becoming a happy person, having your heart open, having love inside you. That's a successful living in the moment. And having a quiet head. It's one of the main ingredients in learning how to live in the moment is getting your mind quiet, getting centered, opening, getting rooted inside, and doing all the things that this meditation really is there to train us in how to do. I mean, infants don't worry about the future. They're kind of just these sweet and delicious young beings that live their lives in the moment. And they're so delicious and sweet. They're trained later to worry about the future. And that takes an awful lot away from them. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I hope that's clear to you all, because it's not only you, Neil, everybody has this problem. And it almost doesn't matter how old you get, people have this problem. People well into the future still have fear of what the future is going to bring, And there's a way to overcome that. And that is truly to build an inner life that's strong enough to live in the now, live in the present. And I don't mean, irresponsibly, I can do anything I wanted. That's not living in the present. With responsibility, with love, with compassion, with, rootedness, kindness, and a sense of our self-worth and who we are as human beings living here. And how do you get a deep sense of your self-worth? You have to be a happy person. Money doesn't do that. I've known enough rich people in my life to tell you that money doesn't give them a sense of their self-worth. I've had enough money in my own life to know that it never gave me a sense of my self-worth. It's being open, heart, love, happy. That gives you a deep sense of your self-worth and enables you to live consciously in the moment and to be grateful whatever God gives you in the moment and not worried about, will I succeed? Will I fail? Well, there's nothing that make people crazy. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And it comes down to God is love. That's really the essence of all spirituality, the essence of his love. Love yourself, love other people, be kind to yourself, and it really brings about an amazing inner awakening just being able to do this. and find every moment of life is a miracle, is a treasure. Whatever we're doing, it's our life. And every human life, every life is a miracle, is a great and sacred thing.
It's 2:00.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I just would like to end this, on, the 24th of January was Rudy's birthday. And the 21st of February was the day of his Samadhi. And I know every year between the 24th of January and the 21st of February are the most intense period of my year. And I think all of you are going to feel that. And I think just use it. Allow it to take you deeper. Allow it to take you to a place of growth inside yourself. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. As I say, for years, it's always been the most powerful period of my year, between the 24th of January and the 21st of February. And, I don't look forward to it because it's not easy, but it's a time of enormous growth, or for me anyway, and I'm hoping I can pass this on to all of you. And, and also, Mercury in retrograde is coming up and all this stuff that really interferes with a lot of human activity. COVID-19, we have, it's just an amazing time now, unbelievable. And it's the best time I've ever lived, actually, in my life, where it's just telling me, Stuart, the only answer is deep inside yourself. It just, by the very nature of the way the world is, you have to go deeper inside yourself to get that joy, that love, that connection with God, Spirit. And then you can deal with whatever takes place in life. Does anyone else? Yes.
Just on what you just said, that between the 24th and the 21st of February, it is the most difficult period. What do you mean is difficult, tough?
It means that it's almost like the higher energies work on me, okay? I won't talk for all of you, in such a deep way that it transforms everything inside me. And it means I really have to let go. Whatever I've attained in life, I have to let go of it and allow these energies to work on me, to transform me, to build me inside, and to truly, allow my life to go through the changes it has to go through. It's not easy because you really have to let go of everything. I can't hold on to anything if it's going to work. I do my life, I take care of my responsibilities, the rents get paid, food's on the table, but deep inside, there's this enormous transformation going on. And it means letting go. I can't hold on to things that need to be changed inside me. It's not easy. And it's always the most, for me anyway, I'm saying, I'm not saying for all of you, this is the most intense period of the year for me. I feel Rudy working on me, Nityananda, many higher energies, teachers. Look, I've assumed I haven't assumed, it's so great, organically grown this place in my life and what I do. And I can't stop the growth process. It has to continue. It means I have to continue to let go. It's not easy to continue to let go every day of your life, And at the same time, you got to take care of your responsibilities. You can't be flagrant about this. The landlord doesn't care that I'm going through deep spiritual change. The grocery store doesn't care. You got to take care of your responsibilities. So you got to be really rooted here and then allow the higher energies to work on you. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And, just to end, there's only one answer to all this stuff. Everything that you go through equals one thing. God is love. It all equals that. God is happy people or enlightened people. Everything we go through equals that. Can we get through our stuff to get to the other side of the equation? Please try and sit still, okay? And it says God is love. And that's all it is. And the only thing that keeps us from getting to the other side of the equation is ourselves. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? So bless you all. And yes, somebody has a question.
Well, I had a question, but you answered it now.
Oh, okay. Good.
Which was this, that every day now is new realizations coming up, new depth, and it's very intense at times.
Well,
during the weekend I couldn't
better
sleep.
to be intense than boring, huh?
All right.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, well, God bless you all. Thank you and for being here. There'll be a class again on Thursday. Hoping to see you all there. And try to, again, make all of this palatable. Take it into your life. Let it work for you every day, and let it really help you in your life, because this is amazing energy. And don't just leave it here. Take it into your life, get grounded, being able to embrace and open and listen to life, because it's the best teacher that all of us have. And God bless you. And I'm hoping to see everybody on Thursday.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bless you all.